Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today I'm going to be celebrating Veterans Day with you, and I'm going to be doing cards that not only will work for Veterans Day, but the technique is going to be one that you can use for my Christmas series on saving time and money this Christmas season. So let's get started first with the inside of the card. I've already stamped it with so much to be thankful for from the new Simon Says stamp set called Thankful Heart, and then below it I have stamped May God Bless and Keep You, American Heroes, from the stamp set from Printworks called Celebrate America. I might use a third stamp set that is from Perfectly Clear Stamps. it has just a number on it. It's SSC Sandy Cat 105. So that I might use. These are the stars on the envelope. I haven't decided if I'm going to use this because when I make a bunch of cards, it really gets down to the end about what I want to do to finish up to make it easier for me at the end. And I'm going to make several cards, not all on film, but I'm going to show you this technique. And the technique is this wooden stamp is from Rubbermonger. Nope, that's where they bought it. Well, Rubbermonger is where they bought it, and the phone number is 928-536-5128. I don't know if this stamp is still available or not. It is a really lovely patriotic flag. I love how it's waving. Hope you can see that really well. Yeah, you can. And what I'm going to do is create a stamp pad of this particular stamp, and I'm going to make it so it's inked, and this stamp should, the stamp pad we're creating, should stamp about 30 stamps in the end. We're going to be using Ranger's Cut and Dry. It's a foam stamp pad, and this will, we're going to use it so that we will never have to restamp our stamp. We can just stamp, move it, stamp, move it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a black marker and you're going to outline your stamp on the area that you're going to be using. Then you're going to use an archival ink. Well, first let me cut this out. No, I'll stamp it first because I hate indecision, but you know, I'm indecisive right now. I'm not sure. Okay, the reason that you do the black archival ink first is so that you get your image really on the page nicely so that you can see it really well. I hope this works with this one. I did it one other time with a bird stamp, but the thing that scares me about this one is that it's got all that, all the lines that I need are going to be black right now. We're not going to think about it yet. We're going to just do this and hope we get it to work. I'm going to clean my stamp right afterwards, so my archival ink is going to dry on the surface. And I hope you can see that. It's a pretty clear image of the flag. If you can't, that's it right there. So I'm going to take Tim Holtz shears because they work really good on cutting anything like this. If you ever watch my video on scissors, I tell you what scissors work best for me in different situations, and these are on my list of ones that will cut through just about anything, and I think they're really a great investment. If you want me to, I can link that video up there in the top so you can go right to it after you're done watching this one. Ugh. When it gets to the end, it's hard to get that last little piece. Okay. So then we can just put all this away. The reason that you stamp out the image to begin with is you want to get an idea of where your colors are going to be. Let me clean this off real quickly. Okay, my stamp is clean. Don't need these anymore. Now, you're going to be using your reinkers if you have reinkers, and I'm only going to be using my blue It's a Night of Navy, and these need to be your dye-based re-inkers, and these are from Stampin' Up. This is called Night of Navy and Real Red, and what you're going to do is you're going to follow your image with your re-inker. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be painting, and don't be stingy with this. You really want to make sure that you've got every one of these lines really well covered with your ink, your re-inker, because like I said, this is going to make 30 or 40 of these. So what you're going to want to do, let's say this is for your Christmas card, you're going to want to pick your stamp that you really like. Then you're going to go from your stamp and making it with this system, and you're going to just keep stamping and stamping and stamping and creating a really great image, hopefully, of your hopefully of our flag. I'm going to squeeze with both hands now because it's getting more difficult to come out of the container. I'm making sure, you really want to make sure you get good inking on this because it has to hold up. And the first time I made this, I did not put enough re-inker on, and that could be something we'll have to redo again. It's practice makes perfect on this. Okay, let's give it a shot. And now I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper under this because I want to make sure that I don't have a big mess under it when I'm done. So then I'm going to take one of my pieces of paper that I'm going to stamp on, and I'm going to put it also on that pad. I'm going to put a stack of them there. So what we're going to do now, look, I have a lot of ink on me already. We're going to take our image, we're going to make sure we line it up perfectly on our sponge foam. We're going to make sure that it's positioned properly. The blue's at the top, the red's at the bottom. And then we're going to see how it looks very well inked. And then we're going to take it and we're going to set it on our papers. And I'm going to really press in there so we can see if we can get a really good pattern. And it can be really wet like that. You might have some bleeding. It's gonna look, in my opinion, it looks fine. Now is the time for you to decide what do you need to readdress on it. And I think it would make sense for me to do red on the edges so that my edge lines show up, because I didn't have that on that first one. So let's see if that makes a difference. I didn't really like it that I didn't have any red along the bottom or on the outer edge. So let's give it another stamp on another piece of paper. Keep in mind, if this is like Santa Claus or if it's snowman, you're going to have, your colors are going to be whatever you choose to make them. Unfortunately, when you make something that's a national emblem, you can't change up the colors. So we're going with the colors we got. I'm happy with them. I think it looks really good so far. I'm going to show you this one as soon as I get the ink off it. You really want to hold it. See, here's our first one. Whoop, it's just moving all over the place. There's our very first one, and we'll see how the second one, now that we've got the edges inked, that's better. You can see, you can see more of the edges of the flag. I'm liking it a lot. Put that one right there. This one's dry. I'll move it off to the side. The fun thing about this is when you're doing it, it's no work at all, because you've already done all the work. And before, when you're doing something like this normally, you have to re-ink and re-ink and re-ink. And in this case, all we have to do is re-ink it once, and our work is done. I like it a lot. I might like it on smaller paper. Really want to hold it down, don't forget. Really cool. This is fun. I could do this all day. I might be doing it all day. And think of how many cards I can make with this. I can vary up my background. I can cut these papers down if I want to. If I do it a little bit crooked, I could cut the outer part of it. I can distress the rest of the card with distressing ink. I could do all kinds of things to make it look different. I do like it better, I think, on the smaller paper, but for now, we're going with whatever sizes I have piled up here. This is number 5. The colors are still just as vibrant as they were at the beginning. The red especially really comes out nice. I mean, the blue is nice too, but I really like that red. I think it looks really good. I think a flag's beautiful anyway, but I think it really looks nice using this system. If you're doing something that just has small outlines, you know, like there would be just you'd have to fill in the color in the inside. You can use a water brush and move the color around a little bit, but it works better when you have thicker lines like this, because then you're able to really fill your color in better. Just my own opinion on it, but I think it works better that way. We'll do one more, and then we'll make a couple cards in front of you, and then we'll be done. This is an easy system for you for Christmas. I thought it was an important time to show it to you because, like I said, with Christmas coming and having all these things that you need to get done for Christmas, this is a great technique to save time. And if you really come up with some kind of foam alternative, maybe just a piece of fun foam. I don't know if, I know it would seep through, but just a piece of fun foam would work for this technique too. Okay, let me get my stamp and my new stamp ink pad out of here. So this is basically creating your own ink pad that's already tailored to your stamp. Okay, so let's put one of our cards together. This is 8.5 inches high and 5.25 inches, no, 5.5 inches across. And then I'm just going to layer on some blue and red and white, and then I think I'm going to put something between the layers of, I'm going to put some fun foam under it, but I think I'm also going to put maybe brads or something on it. So we'll try that out and see. Yeah, I brought out the big ATG gun because I've been struggling with all my other guns, or my little tape runners. I tried 3 before I started and none of them worked, so you know how that goes. Back to this crazy thing that I never do well with. Hopefully today will be the exception to that rule. Get centered as best we can. I guess that looks okay. And then I'm going to put a layer of fun foam underneath it. If you've never bought fun foam, you find it in the kids' toy department, and it's really inexpensive. The thing that's nice about fun foam is that a lot of times, because of the way it layers up your whole card, you don't have to pay extra postage. I'm not saying that's 100%, but it's been my experience that fun foam is one of those things that doesn't, it just doesn't cost you like the other stuff does. I'm going to use some wet glue on my fun foam. I'm using art glitter glue, and I'm going to be pretty liberal because fun foam will suck it up. I should have gone with just some regular, I think I'm going to switch to that, some regular wet glue, and that way I won't have to use my good glue for it, and I can use a ton of it, and I won't feel sorry, I won't feel bad about, the using my good glue. There we go. I got these little bottles at a garage sale, and I think I got like 8 of them for 50 cents or something, and they work really good for putting glue in, and I can squeeze them, which, for me, if I can squeeze something, I'm thrilled that I can get it to work. You know what I mean? It's just something that doesn't often happen for me. I don't like that piece. It's kind of yucky. Let's flip this over and decide where we want it. I think I'm going to put it way over in the left side. And then I think I'm going to put some small brads on the over here on the right, or else, let's see, I think I made it, yeah, I made it so it would fit just exactly on there. And here, one there, and one there. Okay, let me grab my brads. I could use brads up from now until the end of time, and I'd never run out of brads. I'm a hoarder of those in addition to all the other things I'm a hoarder of. I like these kind of things. I like buttons, I like brads. I just like them. They're fun. There is our front. And let's just, I'm going to put a little tape runner on it and some wet glue, because you want to make sure with something like this that it stays stuck down, and the only way you can ensure that is by really doubling up on your glue. Come on. Get in there. Sometimes it doesn't want to do anything right. Okay. Now I'm going to put the wet glue on it. Just glue them down now. Let's see where. No, not there. Oh no. Nope. That's the beauty of the wet glue. It really gives you the chance to move your big mess. Close enough. There's that. Just need to let it dry a little bit. And then the inside, I'm going to run a little row of this red, white, and blue washi. I got some of this, I got it at the Dollar Tree, and I got one roll that is completely glued shut. Like the whole thing is no good. It's just stuck on itself. You know when you get, it happens to me most with packing tape, where you have packing tape and you think, okay, it's great, it's going to work like a champ, and then you can't get the end open and it just is stuck. So that's how this has been for me so far. Let me stamp it with my stamp. I made this for you. And then let me quickly do my washi on my envelope. And I'll show you some of the other ones I made in the meantime, because I made a few more. There is the one we just made, and its envelope. Then I made this one. I made this one. I think I like them best when they're on the red background, in like a total red background. I really like that red background. I think it looks nice. Then I made this one for a service person that's here, you know, not overseas, so you can have the shiny embellishment. I'm not sure if they can have these kinds of embellishments. I know they're not allowed to have anything glittery. So those are the ones I've done so far. I really like them. I hope you'll use that technique when you're trying to make your Christmas cards this year, because I do think it will really work for you and make you really speed through the process a lot quicker than you normally would have. Please tell your friends about me on social media and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.